The anonymous GM. So is this another thing where you just like you were told 4 seconds before and it's like get out there and you shove through the
I,
curtain?
I was told the Friday before. All right, learn a New Jersey accent. Here's what we're doing. Obviously, I didn't learn a New Jersey accent well enough in time because that's not what was going to happen. Um, well, yeah, what we saw was not what was planned. But that's like always one. That's one of those dropped balls, like biggest drop ball moments. And it's one of those things I regret.
Hmm.
Another thing I regret that I didn't do better at, but because it could have been so big. But I don't like to live that way. Like the what ifs, because it's just gonna. There's no going back to change it. It happened. It's done. And who knows if I would have done well with that, would WLC have ever happened? Who knows? And that's the coolest thing I ever did.
Hmm.
So
With I mean, like with the Vince McMahon's son thing, were you explained there was going to be another large overarching sort of angle stretching months into the yonder when you're going to be anonymous GM? What was the original plan again?
I was gonna be this heel general manager that just turned his back on all the stupid kids that bought my merchandise, and I'm essentially Scrooge McDucking in all my riches from them. Uh, it could have been really really cool, like the end game of it, but it just didn't work out.
Did they ever suggest some sort of Scrooge McDuck sort of right into the
I would have
coins?
loved that. Would have been my first pitch, is to film a vignette where I'm jumping into a pile of gold coins.
Is there any other vignettes or ideas that you pitch? I mean, how like active were you in pitching ideas in the first place, and were there any that you just actually got on TV and ones that you really loved but they weren't going for?
Man, uh, one when it was like after that, and then after the DX stuff, I was pitching a lot because I just wasn't used on TV regularly. So I was in the writers' meet rooms every week, pitching, 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 pitching. Michael Hayes was so annoyed by me by about 2 months in that he would just say, "Nope, not today." Okay, whatever. Then I'll email you. But I never stopped pitching. But it got frustrating. But Road Dogg and I actually came up with the WLC thing,
Hmm.
which is the coolest thing that, again, like I said, coolest thing I've ever done. And so that seeing that come to a head was awesome.
Do you know, I thought of so many questions. I've got like 3 pages worth. I didn't even include WLC in it. I've got so many
Oh
things to ask you. I didn't even include DX, man. So I'm
yeah,
good. But you know what I did include? You got to give us a Great Khali story, dude.
he he would constantly smoke in the car. And it irritated me so much because you're not supposed to smoke in rentals. He shouldn't be smoking, period. And it just irritated me. And he just didn't care. Just did not care. But he was like, him and Big Show had this we called it giant heat. And they would glare at each other from across the way. And Kali knew how to get under Big Show's skin. Um, and it was very evident that he knew because he would just do little things to poke and prod the bear. Um, but I loved being around Kali. He was always so much fun to be around because he had an awesome sense of humor, even with his broken English. He was awesome.
It's funny because I've got a list of Khali questions here, short list, and the last one is: did you ever see that really weird fight, like punch up between
I
him and Big Show?
know I wasn't on that show. Uh, Punk, Regal, and who I can't think of the other person, but they were in there, and I just heard it was such chaos, and I'm so upset that I missed it.
How did he fit in the car? I mean, did you have to get special cars for him?
We would normally get a big van every time, like a regular minivan every time, and he would sit in the front and put the seat all the way back.
Did you have the opportunity to just really sit and stare and study his face?
No,
It's just got a
I
very interesting face. I'd want to look at it for a long time and wonder what's going on.
He's a giant. I don't know if you know this. He's a giant. That's why he has a big face. His jaw always mystified me. He has such a huge jaw, man, making me miss him. I love that guy.
Did he ever have like if he had a good sense of humor? Did he ever have like one joke or something that he just like constantly repeat?
No. He was good. He was great with one-liners. Like he would just insert a one-liner, and coming from him, especially with his, like I said, with his broken English, it killed me every time.
Do you smell what the Rock is cooking?
Enough is enough!
Booty poo candy.
I had him writhing in pain from my sharpshooter.
Rocky, Rocky.
I am not a nugget!
Stick him straight up your candy ass.
I kicked your leg out of your leg.
The Rock has come back.